If you find yourself with a camera in your hand and want to learn how to use it, please subscribe to this channel, like the videos, comment below. Hey Potas family, today we are talking about what the environment includes in a shot that we're trying to mimic. So, an illustration of the image that we have here is a shot that I took in studio of the Claret Jug, which is a PGA Tour golf tour, Professional Golf Association Tour trophy. What does the environment include? The environment includes a sloping area in grass with golf tees, background of clouds and gradient or deepening blue sky. A little bit more subtle in answering that question is this. If you look closely at the Claret Jug, the trophy itself, you'll see reflections. And that also is part of your environment because it is actually visible in frame. Now it's distorted because of the roundness of the trophy, but the closer you look at that trophy, in fact, maybe I'll get a link and show, give that link in the description down below so that you can look at this through my portfolio online and you can take a little bit closer look than just in this video at the reflections in this trophy. This is a silver trophy and it's a highly polished silver, so it's going to reflect, and it's highly polished, almost mirror-like, and that makes for some very interesting obstacles. When you're shooting an image like this, you don't necessarily want your camera seen. So, how do you shoot and get around the reflections? It's a difficult situation, isn't it? Well, you're either going to need to shoot at some angle up here and down on the trophy, which is going to give you a little bit more of a perspective on top. I think you can see, because you can't see down any other part of the Claret Jug, that's not what I did. So how do you break down where my camera is? And how do you get the look and feel? What is the environment really like? How can we recreate the same placement of the lights, the same placement of the camera, the same look as the direction of attack of where the camera is really to view this jug or this trophy from the angle, and recreate that angle shot as well as we can. Well, you can see a little bit of top perspective at the top of the base, so you know my camera must be above that. There is some view of the ridge there in the middle of the jug, and there is some downward looking at the base of the jug above the base of the trophy itself. There isn't a view like we talked about at the top of the jug. You can't see down the throat of the jug. You can't really see anything as if looking downward on top of the trophy. So that places the camera between that area, and most likely it's going to be somewhere in the middle. If I recall correctly, I placed myself somewhere in the etching or right about the top of that ring right there. That's where I placed my camera, and it was placement enough to be able to hide the camera and give a little bit of gradation, discoloration from white, so that you could see some of the etching in the trophy. It was etched and misshaped. Not that the trophy was not round, but there was enough change in the surface of the trophy, let's say it that way. There was enough change in the surface of the trophy that it could hide a reflection of my camera. So that would be a very good way for you also to not just figure out the environment of the item, but also where your camera is placed, a little bit more greater detail than what we've answered before. And the other detail of the environment is figuring out whether you should shoot with a sky background or if you should shoot outside with the real sky. Sometimes the sky is not as hospitable as a background would be. The clouds may not be this light, fluffy, great looking cloud. maybe the grass hasn't been cut, and so it doesn't have that awesome uniform golf course look. So maybe you need to find some turf to shoot on. I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into the environment of these kind of shots. I discussed also the environment I was not able to reproduce in some of the shots of the PGA Tour's videoing of their championships. Is I didn't have the sand to be able to put up in the foreground to create the look of the top of a deep sand trap. So the environment is important as you set up and you shoot these type of photographs. The environment is what sets the, I guess some people would say the ambiance, but it sets up the mood, really is what it is, truly. It sets up a look, the feel, and so that creates an emotion and experience of the viewer. And that jug could be set down in the middle of a table and shot, but it wouldn't have any context or look or feel of the PGA Championships, because very rarely do they set those trophies down just in a random table and take a video of it. They may show it in a clubhouse, they may show it somewhere else, but usually there's iconic places in those areas where they're showing it off. If it's shown on some type of table, it would be shown on some type of show pedestal outside where they would be doing the awarding celebrations. So there are other places to do this type of shoot to get the same look and feel as what is shown for PGA Championships. Some of them are iconic only to certain trophies and certain championships. So have fun with that and researching whatever it is you shoot and see what the item is you're shooting, where it would most iconically be seen, and recreate that feel, that look, that placement, and whatever it's set on. Environment is key. I mean, it's not king, but it does help, and it is very important to make sure that there's the important environmental notes, let's say, to the shot, so that it has the same appearance and the same feel. It generates a similar emotion to the viewer and what they remember of it. Thank you so much for watching, and give us a comment down below what you learned or liked about the video today, and give us a thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber, we would love to have your subscription, and click that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the videos we upload. Thank you so much. God bless.